Victoria 3 Charter of Commerce is finally out, and there is one nation that is synonymous with commerce. That's right. No, not the Netherlands. Definitely not Britain. You guessed that right, Swiper. It's the Ottoman Empire. Totally not known for its expansionist, horrible policies, and definitely not known as the sick man of Europe. In fact, we're gonna become the healthy man of Europe, so strap your chin up because we're bringing Ottoman back. We never left this place where we were always here. Paradox is lying to us, telling us we are the sick man of Europe, and we're gonna prove to them that that's not the case by doing the Tanzimats, which will restore us to our rightful place as the greatest power this world has ever seen. Do have our standard shortages here, and because of the new world market, we're gonna be able to make insane amounts of money by flooding the world market with certain goods that only our part of the world can produce early on, or at least can produce in higher numbers, let's say. Technologically, as you would expect, we're not doing good. We're gonna go for the stock exchange, cotton gins, lates, and all the way to water to boilers. It is vital that we catch up technologically with the rest of the world. We're also going to be promoting social mobility everywhere we possibly can, especially in the Anatolian parts, which are our main parts, because we need to do one of the Tanzimats here, the educational reform, for which we need to bring up the literacy of our people by 20%. So we got to reach 31.1%. We could actually get a little bit more authority by going for very high government wages, revoking a couple of these consumption taxes. We have an extra 3 social mobilities we can enact. Actually, I'm not sure which areas have the highest amount of population. Kind of feel like it's probably Greece. Actually, should just check. Let's check the map mode, guys, like actual human beings do. All right, so I was fairly close to it, about 500,000, 1 million around these areas. Albania has 1.2, so we're gonna revoke the mobility there, and we're gonna get social mobility in Albania instead. So we ended up with 13 social mobilities. Now we are, of course, gonna go back with very low wages for government and for the army. We're also gonna change to iron frame production methods for our construction sectors, and we're gonna, of course, change around a little bit our production methods to make sure we are using the most optimal production method. One thing to take note of is that we start with most of our tariffs set to 5%. I'm gonna go down to 0% for tariffs. We're not gonna actually tariff anything simply because we want to have a bit of a free market going on, and tariffs are not necessarily the freest of markets, are they now? We have a massive shortage of clippers, only producing 70, and we need 211, as well as a lot of other goods, including coal, tools. So we're gonna start up with 1 coal mine in Kastamonu, a couple of tooling workshops in Constantinople as well, a shipyard also in Constantinople, and 2 more construction sectors, or 3 more in Constantinople. There you go. That should be fine. We'll adjust our construction queue as we progress, though. We can also get some more declared interest. We're gonna go for South Africa, a little bit in India, and even South America with Central Asia. Why are we doing that? Well, because we're going to be extremely aggressive and expansionist in this particular run. That's right. We're going to make Ottomans insanely overpowered, and I really mean it. That means we're using all the metas, going full on expansion because it's necessary, okay? And we're also going to make sure we make most of our population, our primary culture, Turkish. You'll see in a few moments how. We got our ways with that. Now, legislation-wise, we are still extremely bad, so we have to make a lot of changes here. Our leader is an intelligentsia interest group member, but he is a moderate, which is basically the equivalent of pretty much nothing. He has no stances. Same like Mustafa Reshid here is also a moderate with no actual stances. So we're gonna bring in the peasants into the government. That should help us get some stances, including a little bit of support for homesteading, as well as a little bit of support for legacy schlabbery, which is slightly better than Schlabtred. Another big law that we want to change is this. So we're gonna try and go for racial segregation first, because this will accept a lot more of our population. Right now, the biggest issue we have is that out of the 19 million pops, only 7 million have full acceptance, 2 million second-class citizens, and then literally 7.7 million are in the violent hostility, another 2 on cultural erasure. These are bad tiers. We don't want them to be on these tiers. We want to accept people a little bit more, and going for this particular legislation will help a tiny bit. We still need to make more progress, but better than having national supremacy. Now, we also do have some treaties from day one, including the military access that we are offering the Russians, part of the Treaty of Unkiar Shekelish. Now, if you guys don't know about this particular particular treaty, this was actually technically an alliance between Russia and the Ottoman Empire. The Russians supported the Ottoman Empire against the rebellious Muhammad Ali of Egypt, which was a subject of the Ottomans that broke away. Well, you know what I mean. He tried to set up his own little part of the Ottoman world, which didn't really end up well for him, did it? Nor is it going to end up well in this particular game. Unfortunately, we cannot really renegotiate the treaty. The Russians do not want military access through us because of their particular starting diplomatic stance, which is they are belligerent towards us. So they really don't like us. But we cannot renegotiate it. We have to keep it for 5 years, unfortunately. One nation that absolutely loves us is the British Empire. So we're going to get a few treaties done with the British. First off, we're going to go for the trade privilege for the British. Set this up as its own separate treaty. And afterwards, we can actually start talking business. We can ask for a guarantee of independence in exchange for a defensive pact and military assistance and maybe even investment rights. Investment rights for the British Empire might not be the worst idea, especially since we could also transfer a little bit of money from them too. It's a 50% chance of accepting, so let's actually transfer a little bit less. There you go. They were 100% gonna accept this now. Beautiful. So the reason I'm doing this is also because we would like to have a little bit of buildings built by the British, which later, you never know, we might nationalize them. Stuff like that could possibly happen. Who's to say? Once we're strong enough, we might just kick the British capitalists out and take their stuff. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Our subjects are not necessarily the most loyal of subjects, so we're gonna start improving relations with them in the hopes that they're gonna become a little bit more loyal, and we're gonna start expanding a tiny bit into the Arabian Peninsula. We want to grab this before the great powers actually start giving a schnapps about Arabia because of all the oil it has. First target is obviously going to be Najd. It is basically free real estate. Our main target, however, is going to be the Egyptians. The Egyptians are still technically our protectorate, but we want to attack them so we can grab the Syrian parts in order to do the reclamation of Syria, Tanzimat. All right, there we go. Our armies are also pretty substandard, so we're going to have to make sure we upgrade all of our units to line infantry as well as cuirassier cavalry units too. It will take a little bit of extra expenses, but it's worth it. We want to have an army that is up to standards. And now we got massive shortages of iron and tools as well as guns. So what we can do is we can queue up couple more iron mines. Let's get 2 of them over in Constantinople, and we're gonna set them up right after the tooling workshop. And there you have it. Conquest of Najd has been finitos. We have to queue up a few logging camps, so let's say 3 of them also here, and afterwards more iron mines. Iron is a massive shortage for us right now, so let's say up to 5 in Constantinople. We also need to do a treaty that maybe we could import some iron from other nations. I'm not sure the British have any extra to give us. They do not, unfortunately. Nor do the Prussians might be able to give us some tools though. How about 60 tools, Prussia? What would you like in exchange for that? Sadly, they really are very keen on holding on to their tools. That's the problem as the Ottomans, at least in this particular patch. You really don't have many options. You just have to build up your own industry early on because most nations are not that willing to trade stuff with you. I'm going to continue my expansion in Arabia with Bahrain being the next target, and because in this particular patch, nobody actually gives a schnitzel about Yemen, we're gonna grab all of Yemen as soon as we can before the truce is over with the Egyptians. I'm also actually gonna disband most of my cavalry units simply because they are a little bit more expensive and in my opinion not necessarily worth it. Okay, I actually didn't know that they have a little piece of Hormuz and I did not add that as my war goal. So I guess Bahrain still exists afterwards in Hormuz, doesn't it? Yep, Bahrain doesn't own the island of Bahrain, but it still exists. That's when did they add? Has Bahrain always had this little piece of Hormuz, or is this new? What is happening here? Also gonna disband my capital ships because again, I don't need that many units. I'm gonna also bring up the iron mines at the top because we really do need a lot more iron, and a bit more of a domestic production of arms too is not necessarily the worst idea. There we go. First foothold into Yemen is Mara. Let's continue continue this, shall we? Hey, we got Rachel Sagregason. Nice, nice. We're also attacking the next Yemeni nation here. And you're probably wondering, Ludi, why don't you have any rivals yet? Well, I'm not getting rivals because if I do, they will likely join on the side of the Yemenis or whoever I'm attacking. So I'm going to get rivals after I finish a little bit of expansion into Arabia and I finish my war with the Egyptians. In this particular patch, it's actually a lot easier to expand as the Ottomans because the way in which they recalculated the values for the various nations. But at the same time, they made it a lot more likely for rivals to join on the enemy side of whichever nation you're attacking. All right, there you go. One last nation to go. 11 infamy. That's because Casimids do have significantly more population. We're going to get 1 million more pops from this one area. There is a significant amount of lead in here. Also, we're going to be incorporating the state, of course. It's only 5 years, which is pretty juicy. And there you go. We got all of Yemen. We're a little bit short on our bureaucracy too. So let's make sure we build an admin center wherever there's a lot of tax lacking. So we can do 2 actually. 1 in Albania, 1 in Ankara. That should fix our taxation issues a little bit. Right now, we're literally losing out on 15,000 ducats from unrealized taxes, most of which are in Albania and Ankara for that matter. And seeing as we passed that particular legislation, let's try and go either for appointed bureaucrats, which would fix most of our taxation issues, or try and go for this particular legislation here, since it would lower the power of the landowners considerably. Also lowered the autonomy of Wallachia. It is a little bit expensive. It's actually 10 infamy for both Wallachia and for Moldova, but it can be worth it. I am going to chill for a while though, because above 25 infamy means that my subjects are going to get plus 0.10 liberty desire. So we want to make sure we are below 25 infamy at most times to keep our subjects in check. Oh no, what happened? The Greek people have become addicted to opium. Wait, were they from before addicted to opium? Have the Greeks been addicted to opium this whole time and I just realized? Oh my Schnitzeldorf. I think it's also time that we get some rivals, boys. So let's go ahead and rival the easier to crush nations like the Pope, Piedmont, the Sardinians, and the Portuguese. That's it. And we're going to use all of this newfound influence to improve relations with the French and the Prussians, because I would like to see both of them as allies, or at least on friendlier terms with me. It's time that we reassert our authority over Syria, go for the good relations with everyone, and start positioning our units by the border here. We're going to add all the war goals we probably can add here, which means all the return states, and that's pretty much it, because then we're going to have only 7 or 6 maneuver. There you go, 6 maneuver left, which means we could probably make Transjordan a primary goal as well. Why not? Just in case they back down. I don't think they will, because they're cocky, but you never know. Now, one tactic I like to do in this particular war is I like to set my units to defend front, let the Egyptians push into our lands, and that way they lose their manpower, and once the manpower is depleted, we push into them and we win the war. Unfortunately, it seems like they have other plans and they attacked where I don't have any units. So change of plans. We're gonna actually attack now, push into this front before the Egyptians even realize what happened, and maybe we get our war goal and we get the ticking war score against them afterwards. There you go. We already are doing exactly that because they made the mistake of actually not defending their proper borders. Like, what kind of a leader does that to its people? How dare you, Egypt, disappoint your own people like that, huh? All right, now they actually brought their armies here, so that's a little bit of an issue. We're still making gains, but I'm gonna set my units to defend front for now. Oh, this is huge. Now we do have a little bit of support for agrarianism, so I'm gonna attempt it, because if we don't, we are gonna just completely collapse. Right now, traditionalism is killing us. We have less taxation capacity because of it, less market access because of it, so our economy is just going to schnitzel simply because of this economic system. Yay, we got agrarianism. Unfortunately, the war is not going great. I mean, we're winning, but we were forced to mobilize. We had to conscript a lot of our soldiers, because if we didn't conscript, we would have struggled a little bit longer. I'm gonna unconscript these units now because we're pretty much there. I don't know how the Egyptians managed to get Lebanon though. That's the thing that gets me, right? I asked my units to stop at the border here and I didn't pay attention to this area for a while, and then I was wondering, why is their war score not going down? And then I checked and it was because Lebanon was Egyptian. I don't know how that happened. Did they do like a naval invasion? and I didn't see it, or what the hell happened there, bro? Like, actually, what the hell happened? Now that we have gotten the provinces we need, we can just go on defend front. But yeah, that destroyed my economy. We took 4 million principal because I just didn't pay attention to that particular part of the map. Now we have to fix that. So we got back our lands, which is huge. We have to incorporate them because we only get Aleppo and Adana incorporated. The rest of these have to get incorporated now, which means we lose a lot more bureaucracy than we already have lost. So we're getting 30% less money than we should be getting, which means we have to now prioritize more government administration buildings, and we're going to build them in provinces where we know that they will, of course, get filled up with employees and they don't just sit there and do nothing. Look pretty, basically. But yeah, now that that's done, the next war, we're going to lower the autonomy of the Egyptians, and we're going to take the northern parts to do another one of the Tanzimats. We already have done 2 of the Tanzimats as it stands, so technically we don't need to do anything. We just need to wait for a few more years without separatism. That's the 3rd one, and the 4th one, the education, is also going to be easy to do since we already are at 20% literacy and we have 20 years to go to get 10% more, which is not that bad. We do, however, have issues with authority now, so we will have to cancel a few of our promote social mobilities because they don't cost 75 anymore. They cost 100 now, so they have the regular cost now. So I'm gonna go for like Bulgaria, cancel it, this province, not all of them, but just like some of them. I'm okay with minus 100 authority debuff, but I'm not okay with minus 600, of course. Also, since we've taken back the Syrian parts, we have returned to the great power rank. We are the 7th great power, and we're gonna start privatizing everything, and I really mean everything. We need to pay off those loans, and we need to get more money to start doubling down on our industrial output. Also, we need to get some universities, so let's get another 4 levels in Constantinople, and then we're gonna spam like 1 here and there just so we get the extra qualifications alongside, of course, the innovation that you get from unis. Oh hey, we actually can just decrease the autonomy of Serbia from here and of Moldova from here, but we're gonna wait a little bit more until Serbia goes down in liberty desire. We don't want to have any sort of rebellions now, do we? I'm also, of course, attacking Jabal Shamar because I like not to have ugly borders. I'm gonna attempt to go for homesteading. We do have a good shot at it now, though. We've got 43% success chance and 9% stall chance, so this is the closest we're gonna get to getting homesteading. We've also noticed that the AI does significantly better when it comes to unification plays. So for example, Ethiopia unifies a lot more often in this patch. I'm curious if it does in your games as well, if I was just lucky, I don't know. Okay, I believe we're gonna be passing homesteading right now because we've basically pretty much gone straight to adoption, and there you go, 63% chance. We basically have it in the bag. So big kudos to Mr. Mahmoud Erkman, which is a Democrat, and he has really pulled in a lot of effort to make sure that this particular legislation passes. We might also be able to use him to get elected bureaucrats and maybe some type of voting system afterwards, so we're going to make sure we keep him around. We also have Zelina Ohal, which is a jingoist, so I'm not sure what I want to do with her, actually. Maybe we can use her to pass some type of colonial affairs. Wouldn't be the worst idea. There we go, boys. Home starting. Now, let's see. Should we attempt this, or should we try and go for appointed bureaucrats? Appointed bureaucrats would fix a lot of issues. So let's try this first. If this doesn't work, we'll go for the other legislation afterward. Also, I think it's safe to say we can lower the autonomy of the Moldovans. Before I hear you guys say, "Oh, Ludi, why are you attacking South Africa, bro? Why you do this, Ludi?" Okay, you look at this, man. If I don't attack South Africa, the British will. They've attacked Zanzibar, they've annexed it. They freaking attacked Oman and annexed it straight, okay? These people are the ultimate cucks. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not a fan of the British Empire in this video game. I'm really not, and they are making my life a lot more difficult than it should be, okay? So I'm taking South Africa because I can, and because I need to take it before they freaking take it. Also, our economy is actually starting to recover now. We're up to 17 million GDP, which is not amazing, but it's also not bad. We're basically a little bit above the Prussians, which is pretty good. We're catching up on the Austrians for that matter, so we're probably going to be better than the Austrians in a few years. And with the South African parts and whatever other parts of the world we might be going for afterwards, nobody knows where, South America, we're definitely gonna snowball like freaking crazy. I've also been getting some more treaties with some of the great powers, and I've gotten better relations with the Austrians, the French, which is why I feel confident the French might even help me out against the Austrians in the future. Zulu has sided with Gaza. Okay, you know what, Zulu? I think it's freaking over. It's over, Zulu. I'm taking your stuff. I'm taking it right now. How dare you join against me, Zulu, you scum. Alrighty, we're gonna be doing a naval invasion first in Gaza, and then we're gonna follow up with another one in Zulu then. Oh my god, when did we get up to 38 infamy? I was about to attack Greece, but now I have to wait because that's way too much infamy again. Oh my lord. At least on the bright side, all of our subjects, with the exception of Egypt, are now puppets, so that's what we're gonna keep them as for the time being, at least. I might integrate Tripoli and Tunis because their population should be similar to mine, which makes them a little bit better and more integrated. Right now we also have 11 million accepted Turks, and we're only down to 6 million violent hostility with 700,000 cultural erasure. So we're absolutely making progress when it comes to how we accept our people. I'm not saying that the other pops have been disappearing. That's not what I'm trying to say here. Although it's possible that it has been happening. I don't know why though. Nobody knows. Plovdiv massacre. I don't know what this means. These words are new to me. Okay, let's also build up a little bit of an actual industry. So we're gonna need some furniture manufactories, some textile mills, just a little bit of basically everything to make everyone happy, really. We could build some of these in Wallachia, but I'm gonna prioritize my own states, of course, such as Konya. Konya actually has a lot of population. We want to, let's say, get 5 textile mills just so we make this the primary textile state. Hey, we're also very close to getting our literacy Tanzimat, and finally we're in consideration phase with the appointed bureaucrat. So I feel we probably will be able to do all of our Tanzimats before the 15 years expire. There you go. That's number 3. 1 left, and we do all the Tanzimats, which should be fairly soon. And by privatizing, we actually managed to get rid of most of our debt. We're only down to 800,000 principal right now. Historic invasion, by the way, guys. This totally happened. It's written about in the chronicles of Annalius, great historian, just like Anonymous was. Totally happened. Okay, now let's attack Transvaal. Are they still getting guaranteed? No, they're not getting guaranteed by the British. Duya Shnokidons. And we're gonna be getting real rich, boys. Real rich. Do they have any gold mines yet? They don't. Actually, I noticed this. I'm actually curious. I want to know what you guys are saying about this. Have you seen that Transvaal and Orange has been getting less mines? Like, I barely get any gold mines now in Transvaal Orange. It's almost not even worth going for this. World's easiest war imaginable. Let's also check what our market's doing. So we still have massive shortages of clothes. That's because we right now have a lot more well-off people because we passed homesteading, right? So that means people can afford to buy clothes and furniture. So we're going to take advantage of that. But in order to take advantage of it, we need to get more construction sectors going. So let's get 3 more construction sectors, which in turn means that we're going to need some more iron mines. So we're going to get a few more iron mines as well as consequence. Say 3 more iron mines right after the construction sectors. And why do we have such massive issues in Adana, actually? Because of devastation. Oh no, I forgot about devastation. Okay, let's get the construction sector somewhere else then. Let's say Huda Vendigar. We're going to queue up a couple of tooling workshops, coal as well. And then after that, we're going to queue up the clothes and furniture manufactories because, you know, these are not as big of a priority as the actual resource producing buildings, right? So we can say do 5 of these in Aydin and 5 more over in Ankara because we have a lot of population. Ankara should probably be our main state because Ankara is a pretty good state overall. It's also our capital technically, right? Oh no, technically it's Constantinople in this game, but IRL Turkish capital is in Ankara in modern times, I mean, albeit they do consider Istanbul the cultural capital if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we have also researched our general staff, which means if we go over to our barracks and we change over to general training, we will have done the military Tanzimat, army modernization. Wait, what? I have irregulars? Where do I have irregulars, bro? Oh, these guys? Yeah, sure. Let's upgrade them all to line infantry. And there you go. We have completed the army organization, which means we have completed the sick man of Europe. So for the next foreseeable future, we do not need to worry about much because we don't have the debuffs we were getting before, which means economically we can start snowballing like crazy. We still don't have one very important law though. We haven't passed per capita taxation, which would double our income. So at this point, it's probably better to just start switching to proportional or even graduated if we can. And that means we just have to pass legislation to do that, right? So in the meanwhile, we could say pass national militia. I'm not really too keen on that. Slobbery, I would love to pass. I don't know the chances of me getting that. Protectionism is huge this patch though. So I'm going to go for protectionism protectionism first. And in the meanwhile, we're going to try and queue up this particular research here, the currency standard, so we can at least go for per capita taxation, if not go for proportional taxation, for which we need to get egalitarianism. So this is going to be our current research queue. And as you would imagine, we need a lot more universities too. So let's spam at least 5 more for now in here, so we get that innovation. Let's do 10 more in the capital. We also are starting to get reserves, which means that we're doing really good. So that means we can start doubling down on our construction sectors. Get some of these 5, say, in Trebizond. Delete the one in Adana, because I don't want to have to build in that particular state for now. Wait a second. What did I just see? Supporting the Austrian workers. Why do I care about Austria's worker? I'm literally their rival, brother. Maybe the meta is to support their workers, ask for more rights, and then their economy collapses because they're actually being good human beings, right? Not like us. There we go. We've completed the southern expansion. I guess we can also do Marina next before the British attack them, because they always attack them. Holy mother of gold mines. I take back everything that I said earlier. Holy freaking schnitzel, dude. 16 motherfreaking gold mines here. What the shit is happening here? How do they have 16? Brother, how? Okay, we're definitely gonna need to improve the market access here. So let's queue up a railway too. Problem is we have 79% turmoil right now. So building in Vriestadt is really not a great idea. Even though I set up the road maintenance and the violence suppression in here, it's gonna take a while to build stuff. So I do have it queued up, but both the gold mines and the adjacent railway is gonna be done after we finish what we already have in the queue right now, just so we can maximize what we're doing at the current time, so we don't waste literal years just trying to get the gold mines developed and Vriestadt. So this is a little bit like bait right now. Oh yes, baby, protectionism. All right, let's see what we're gonna do now. I feel like maybe we can try and go for this. Screw it, I'm gonna attempt. If it doesn't pass, it's sucky, but it is what it is. We have right now 641,000 pops that really need to be liberated. Most of these pops are actually from Africa, surprisingly. Another one of our buildings that is honestly very efficient compared to how much it costs to build is logging camps. So early on, I really do enjoy spamming a little bit of logging camps around, just because it's such a good building to have. Not only do you need to use a lot of wood overall throughout the campaign, but just the building itself really is worth it. Oh my god, are you kidding me right now? The British want me to join them against the Americans. Like, what kind of freaking war is this? All right, let's see. So transfer Sierra Leone. What? The Americans have attacked. Oh my god, I am honestly shocked and beyond belief. Why would the Americans ever attack someone unexpected? It's almost, oh my god, that's unbelievable. It's almost like if they feel like it, they can just attack anyone whenever they want. That's crazy. We have to fight against such imperialism. Down with the American Empire. Considering recent events, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate in the comment section. The bait is set. Let's see who takes it. Suck on that bait, boy. Too much. Was that a little bit too much? Guys, we have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that due to our amazing contribution into this American war, we are winning. In fact, we are crushing the American spirits as we speak. They've lost 602,000 of their braves, and we haven't even mobilized our army. So how are we winning? It's mostly because the British are doing literally all the heavy lifting in here. There's some more good news. We've also overtaken the Austrians. We are now above them in GDP, and we're going to overtake the French very soon because we have started properly snowballing. We can sustain another 5 construction sectors. We're close to reaching the max reserves. So we're going to have to expand our industrial efforts, as we are, of course, early on industrializing to catch up with the rest of the world. I'm going to be lowering the autonomy level of Egypt as soon as the war with the Americans is over. But what is the bad news, you ask? Well, as you would expect, we have failed to pass Schlabbery, and I am not surprised whatsoever. It is unfortunately what it is. I'm trying to get colonial exploitation, however, right now, just so I can start colonizing a little bit into Africa before the British take literally everything. And seeing as we have 11 infamy, I think it's time for us to expand a little bit more as well. So with this war over and the British getting investment rights in the US, holy mother of God, god, that is actually crazy. I love how they also have protective attitude towards me. So maybe I'm gonna improve relations and make them a future ally if possible. Holy mother of god, it is 38 infamy to lower the autonomy rank of the Egyptians. That is crazy. That is actually crazy, seeing as it's less infamy to just make the Persians my puppet. So obviously we're gonna go for this option now, aren't we? Now I did expect the Russians to join the side of the Persians, but we have obligations that the British owe us, so we're gonna use those obligations to make sure the British join up and help us against the Russian vile scum. And I'm also gonna be recruiting a few more units, especially, well, primarily just artillery units. We don't have enough artillery in our army, and we need to fill up those ranks with actual artillery brigades. We also could bring in the French. Would that be a bit of an overkill? Probably, but I like to finish this war quick, so I'm gonna bring him in. Why not? Look at that, boys. 211 units, mostly from our allies. Let's go, baby. This army is gonna have one objective: take the capital, which I believe is Tehran, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we're making massive gains already. We're close to their capital, and I got this feeling the Russians are likely just gonna capitulate. I probably should have added some war goals against Russia too, since I have both the British and the French on my side. I didn't think about it. I really should have added, like, I don't know, maybe just money at least, or even investment rights in Russia just for the memes, right? Oh, we got consideration phase for colonial exploitation. That's good. So that means we're probably gonna pass it, although I'm not super hyped for that. I would be hyped if it was, like, say, proportional taxation, which would really increase our income a lot. Per capita taxation, we could pass right now. We actually have a lot of support for this, but I'm so close to getting proportional taxation. Might as well go for this, right? There we go. Russia has capitulado, so it is absolutely a GG's for the Iranians. Okay, cool. So we got them as a protectorate. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and improve relations with them now. 37 infamy means that we need to chill for a bit, though. Hala freaking Luya, colonial exploitationicus. We could get this level 2. I just need a little bit more bureaucracy, so let's spam a few government administration buildings. Actually, no. We just need to wait a couple of weeks because we're doing central archives right now. So there you go. We can do standardized filing cabinets, which means we already got 566 bureaucracy from a single click. I also seem to have massive, and I mean literally massive, fish shortages, which is a surprise. I didn't expect the Turks to be such big fish enjoyers. I expected the Swedish, but not the Turks, that's for sure. So gonna spam a few furniture manufacturers too whilst we're at it here. Get some jobs for everybody too, and make everybody have furniture that they can purchase. We also might just be okay with getting the Egyptians to become a puppet diplomatically rather than aggressively. We don't need to waste 40 infamy on them. We can just wait until they actually get their liberty desire below 25. It's not that difficult. Okay, Britain, you need to calm down, okay? You have to calm down. You've been attacking everybody left, right, and center. This has to end, okay? This has to end, brother. Stop it. Just stop it. You have a problem, Britain. You need to seek help. Oh my god, we have a lot of support for technocracy. Could we technically turn the Ottoman Empire into a technocratic institution? We'll try. We'll definitely try. Oh no, what a massive rebellion, guys. Yep, we have a whole 4 freaking states that are gonna rebel. Whatever are we going to do here? Are we gonna be of the technocrat, or are we gonna give in to literally Thessaly telling us what to do? I wonder what's gonna happen. Totally not gonna listen to Thessaly, that's for sure. Holy shit, we actually might pass this. We went to adoption phase. This is crazy. This is probably the first time I'm getting an technocratic Ottoman Empire, and I think this rebellion is gonna trigger. It is, yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. We got most of the army, so we should be easily taking care of these scumbags here. Go ahead and set up a secondary front, and that should be fine. Yeah, we're good. 2 fronts. It's all good. The Austrians joined the side. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, you sons of bitches. You absolute sons of schnitzels. This is no freaking bueno. Gonna have to use this army to defend against the Austrians in that case. And we're gonna have to make another army to fight against Zarabalion. And it's official. We have become a technocracy. That is crazy, man. Who would have expected the Ottoman Empire to be a technocratic empire? Am I right? All right, let's go ahead and teach those Austrian scum a lesson. And I'm also going to be changing a little bit things. I don't want to have external trade. I want to change it up with research. So we need as much innovation as possible. Getting research level 3 is going to help out with that a lot. The revolt is over. We won technically, but we kind of lost because it took a lot economically. So we now have 18 million principal debt. We have to work on that. The main issue why we have this debt is because we literally have no income taxes or any sort of taxes because of our economic system. I'm trying to get proportional taxation, which obviously would be the better option here, right? But the problem is I'm really struggling to get into government, the armed forces, and the petite bourgeoisie, which I just got actually. So never mind. Ignore that. The fact that we got technocracy helped out a little bit with it. So once we get proportional taxation, our economic issues are going to be long gone, and we have 49% endorsement for this. Per capita, we also have 73%. So both of these are easy to pass. Everybody wants to get rid of land-based taxation for sure. We also have basically no infamy now. We only have 3 infamy. So it's time that we do a little bit more expansion. Dude, I love how it says implementation and review phase when you become a technocracy. It's such a cool little thing in my opinion. You might be wondering, Ludi, why the schnitzel you getting military access through the French lands? Shut up, bro. Don't ask these questions. What's wrong with you? We're not doing it because we're going to be attacking Morocco and we want to pass our units through the French lands. Totally not. That matter, we're going to need military access through Constantine too, just so we get there. There you go, boys. We literally increased our economy by 100,000 almost from just passing one freaking legislation. That is insane, bro. And hey, we managed to get to 50 million GDP. Hallelujah. We're the world's 4th greatest power when it comes to GDP, right behind Qing, Great Britain, and the British Raj as the Ottoman Empire, okay? All due to that juicy early industrialization we got going for us. Okay, the Ottomans have backed down because they're pussy. Because they saw the greatness of our empire and they said, you know what? Let's just become a part of the Ottoman Empire once more. Why the schnitzel not? Am I right, guys? Now we just got to take Constantine too. Actually, I should have done this a while back. Should I just conquer this day? 15 infamy for that? Hell no, I'm not conquering that. What the hell is this? Tugurt positive, it's revolt. What? Excuse-moi? What kind of policies do you have? They're a presidential republic, technocratic presidential republic, state atheism, slave trade. How does that even work, brother? How does that even... This state makes no sense to me. Okay, so by evangelizing, we managed to lower the liberty desire of the Egyptians considerably. So let's also support their regime. That way, they're getting 0.13 weekly, and it means we can probably, in a few months, maybe a year... Oh, actually, no. Right now, we can decrease the autonomy. Hell yeah. Boom shakalaka, baby. Look at that. All of the world is our beautiful color, or at least all the Muslim world is anyway. That did transfers Hejaz to us as well, so we're going to be lowering the liberty desire of Hejaz too once we're able to. And look at us. We're getting from the Egyptians 35,000 in puppet money, as I like to call it. Now, one very important thing to take note of as the Ottomans is that once you do lower the autonomy of the Egyptians, they will be super disloyal because you need to have a lot more prestige than you currently have. So right now we're getting plus 0.42 from relative prestige below the 3 times multiplier for puppet status. So that's because the Egyptians have about 200 and something prestige, 221. So we need to have at least 663 or above, basically. Right now we've got 509, so we're about 150, give or take, below what we should be at. But we can increase our prestige easily by just increasing our fleet size. So we're going to get some more frigates, and we can also increase a little bit more from obviously being the leader in various goods produced, and basically just increase it any way means or possible, because otherwise we're always going to have the Egyptians as disloyal, and we don't want to have that, do we now? Oh, we have an amazing agitator we can invite, a modernizer, Abdul Al-Karim Ibn Khalid, kind of like the famous general Ibn Khalid, isn't it? Now we also want to get dedicated police force because this is a really easy way of lowering the penalty from turmoil, and we are getting a little bit of turmoil in our country, so we need to get that police force deployed. We're also starting to lower our principal debt considerably, down by 4 million already. Oh, that's funny. So we can actually lower the autonomy of Morocco already because they gave up, so we technically don't have the truce with them, do we? Spain demands the transfer of Tripolitania. Bro, what? The balls on that freaking nation, dude. You guys know we have an alliance, defensive alliance with the British, right? Come on, Britain, come help your bestest of friends. There you go. Wait a second, when did Spain get Haiti as a puppet? That's crazy, brother. We actually could call in the French in exchange for the return of Haiti or Santo Domingo. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do it. You know why I'm doing that? Because that means we would have a border with the Spaniards. Well, 2 borders if we include Gibraltar, and it's gonna be the easiest war imaginable. So now we can add some war goals of our own that they have nothing they can do about. They have to accept. That was the dumbest move on Spain's part ever. Would I be the biggest scumbag if I was to transfer Philippines to myself? I mean, you could argue that I would be the biggest scum for that, but I mean, they kind of did, you know, attack me, so screw that, bro. I'm taking that shit. Also gonna enforce more monetary demands all the way up until we don't get any aggressive expansion, so we can get an extra 16,000 transferred from the Spaniards. So that's 7,000 from this, 7,000 from this, altogether 16,000. And seeing as the Spanish are trading a buttload of sugar, me enforcing a prohibition of them trading with the world market would literally semi-kill their economy. I'm not gonna do it because it's too much infamy, but just saying that would be a cool thing to do. I feel like these enforcements are a little bit too brutal when it comes to infamy, by the way. I wish it costs less than 35 to enforce them not trading a specific good on the world market, right? Maybe it could be like 5 infamy. That's more doable in my opinion. Makes no sense for me to pay 35 infamy for the prohibition of them trading for sugar when it's 36 for the transfer of the literal Philippines. It feels like it's not really balanced, if you ask me. Now, that being said, we're already up to 330,000 with national revenue, and we're gonna get even more, but I'm gonna keep it like this for a while until we pay off a little bit more of that debt, because we do have 23,000 we're paying off just in interest right now. Once most of the debt is paid off, we're gonna double down, get basically 2 times more construction sectors than we have right now. And we also have increased a little bit our innovation cap, so let's get a few more universities too. Oh, come on, Spain, really? You back down from that, you little shits? I'm assuming that means I don't get the Philippines because I forgot to make it a primary. Well, I didn't forget, I just didn't want to get an extra 18 infamy. Should have thought about them backing up from that though. That's kind of shitty. So that means we're only getting 7,000 transferred for them because I didn't make the other one a primary goal too. Oof, feels bad, man. But just goes to show, the game always surprises me. Like, I have no freaking clue why the Spaniards thought it would be a good idea for them to attack me, considering that they rivaled the English and the English are my ally. Literally my ally. Like, what makes you think you're not going to get your ass handed to you? Just to make sure we avoid other nations getting these types of ideas, I'm going to be recruiting some more units. So we're going to get some more artillery, make sure we have like at least 50 artillery pieces. That way it's going to be not only a stronger army, but it's going to prevent the AI from doing stupid things like Spain attacking me for the transfer of Tripolitania. Like, bruh. We're implementing, guys, implementing dedicated police force. We're also about to attack South America, for that matter. We're implementing the attack of South America. They are fearful, so I do expect them to back down, except the Americans join on their side. So they're not going to back down. We're going to have to call in the British to teach them a lesson once more. Filthy American scum. That's right, boys. The real MVP as this particular run has been, in fact, the British Empire. Huzzah! Dedicatos politos forticos. Alright, can we do something nicer, though? Like laissez-faire, holy schnitzel, or professional army, because I'm kinda tired of peasant levies. Yeah, this kind of feels like it's very required right now, since we do have the armed forces into the government. For now, probably not a bad idea to get that done before we have to change our government again, and they're not going to be in it anymore. World's easiest naval invasion ever. 35 brave soldiers against, oh my god, I'm getting my ass handed to me, aren't I? Yep, the Americans are cucking me. They're actually cucking me right now. Come on, England. What are you doing? What are you doing, England? Help me out here. Come on, do something. Yeah, that's right, do something. Oh, actually, they're doing a lot of something. Holy schnitzel. They're literally invading from Canada into the US. That's crazy to see. Maybe I should help them out a little bit just so we can peace out the English. I mean, the Americans. Now, for all my American viewers out there, these are historical battles. The famous Ottoman American battles of Canada from 1871. It totally happened. I know your community college teacher didn't teach you about these, but that's because they were just scared of letting you have all the knowledge. So now you're more educated on this topic, of course. So congratulations on being one of the first to know about this war. That totally happened. Also, yes, the Americans lost. You saw that. You saw on the screen the Americans did lose. And we're also now still fourth. Come on, really, British Raj? Freaking 74 million. Stop it. Stop gating GDP. I mean, to be fair, it kind of goes without saying that in order for me to overtake them, I have to increase the amount of construction sectors. So we're going to do that right now, actually. Go max out the ones in Ankara and get a few in Konya too. It's over, Argentine. I got all the ground, not only the high one. Bro, it's so cringe to see Chile getting all of the Patagonian parts every freaking single game so far. This has been going on for like 3 patches. I don't remember the last time that Argentina actually got all the southern parts below Argentina. And also, we're selling a lot of shit, so we're making a lot of money from selling that particular schnitzel. But we're gonna have to really double down now, like really double down on construction sectors, because this is our moment to shine here, boys. This is when the Ottomans became Heisenberg. Hey, we also got our first company. Finally, freaking 30 years later than everybody else, we got a company. Now, there's some really cool ones that would be of massive help, actually. Oh, we kind of want to get our own prestige goods, don't we? We don't have any right now. So that means we got two options, either the stylish furniture or the precision tools. Kind of feel like precision tools would be the better option here. I feel like everyone's already got precision tools. Maybe we just go for the stylish furniture just because we want to be special and different. Freak it, man. That's what we're going to do. We're going to rename this company too. This is going to be Ludi's Special Furniture. It has termites in it. Yep, that's right. That's the special in my furniture. It's going to explode after a few months and you have to buy new one. So you're hooked. You're hooked for life. Also, what the hell is going on with our income right now? Why are we making so much money here? Jesus Christ. Stop it. Stop giving me all the money. God dang it. I cannot take it. I cannot take so much money. Wait, no, don't stop. Keep going. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm having... This patch has been my favorite patch so far. From an economical perspective, it makes every nation, if you're playing it right, so enjoyable to play. Also, the Egyptians are back to being super loyal because we don't have the prestige problems anymore. Our prestige is up to 750. Kudos to all those brave soldiers and navy members that have helped out with that a lot. And of course, all the special furniture. It's really just the special furniture that's done most of the heavy lifting, really. It's also time for me to claim back what's left in Greece. Those rebel scum are not gonna hold on to those lands, okay? Far too long have the Greeks had independence for. Like a good 30 years. That's more than enough. More than enough. I am once more asking for your help, Britain. What do you want in exchange for this help? You want me to give you North Cameroon or the Niger Delta? Which one is shittier? North Cameroon or the Niger Delta? 300,000, 60,000. I'm gonna give you North Cameroon. I feel like North Cameroon is a good deal. There you go. Take all of it. Take all of it, Britain. All of North Cameroon is going to be yours, as it should have been from the beginning. We're also going to offer the two Sicilies obligation because apparently they want to join on our side, so I'm okay with that. I have a suspicion the Austrians joined the enemy side, didn't they? Yep, they freaking did. They really freaking did. We're gonna have to have, again, 3 separate fronts, and we're gonna need some more units too. So let's go ahead and conscript some more Soldatensteiners. Liberate Mascara if we help them against the French Empire. Why would I even give a shit about Mascara, Britain? Ask yourself that. Do I even know where Mascara is on the map? I don't. I freaking don't, okay? Now you want to call me because I'm your ally. Oh, come on, man. Why you gotta do this to me, bro? This really isn't the moment to fight the French, Britain. It actually isn't. Okay, boys, we gotta put in every single bit of effort we can put. Oh, hold on a second. We can do our third principle. Ooh, that's juicy. Think I'm gonna go for the construction or for the food standardization. Both of these are huge. Maybe construction, so we can snowball a little bit economically. And now, would I be the worst person if I just capitulated because the French don't have any war goals against me? Maybe. But do I give a schnitzel? No, I don't, okay? I need to piece them out so I can focus on my own wars. And come on, Britain, focus on my wars also. Why are you even allied to me? Let's see what kind of goals these guys have. So, humiliation of the Ottomans, change regime, and Ceylon? What? Austria joined to mess with the British? What is wrong with you, Austria? Okay, the only front I'm worried about is this one. We have 100 brigades from our allies here, but it's still pretty scary to see what's happening there. So, we're probably gonna enforce soon, though. We're about to get the war goals here. Austria is likely gonna peace out any moment too. I don't see them staying in this war for too long. They're losing a lot of units for nothing, really, because changing the regime in Ceylon means basically nothing, let's face it. There we go. We basically already won. The war support is going down for the Greeks, and we also implemented professional army. Austria peace out, as I expected it, of course. So that means we basically won. Beautiful. I am in love. We have all of the Balkans completely under control again, and we can start incorporating these newly conquered states. Far too long have these people been apart from us. We really miss them. Looks like Greeks are back on the table, boys. Gold mines depleted. Well, that's unfortunate. Greece is actually pretty good because it has 32 sulfur mines and 21 lead mines in the Peloponnese, as well as a few iron mines. So honestly, I kind of feel like Greece is really underrated in the game because it has most of the resources. It's kind of like Wallachia, right? Wallachia and Greece have the potential to become pretty freaking awesome, great powers if you know what you're doing and you play your cards right, simply because they have all the usually hard to get resources available to them from day one. There you go. We got professional army. Do we need to fight the Russians? No, we don't. We actually don't. Should we just accept the white peace or should we just humiliate them? I'm gonna wait until we humiliate them. Wait, no, we don't. They were humiliating us. Never mind. Just white peace. Hey, look at that. We're up to 12 standard of living. That's actually not bad considering we are the Ottoman Empire. It's also time to lower the autonomy of Hejaz since we want to have nice, pretty looking borders here. Hejaz being a different color is not on par with what I want to have as a society. Okay? This is a society thing. We're fighting against injustice of Hejazis. What's going on here? Should we help the Persians become a little bit more loyal? I believe we should. We could do that by offering them knowledge sharing. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that works for me. I'm also gonna fund lobbies in Persia to help out with that too. And I'm gonna evangelize the Moroccans, and I'm gonna also support their regime because that means now we can actually lower the autonomy there too. Hell yeah. You know what? I'm going to do that now. There you go. That's beautiful. Now, Morocco is the proper color. The color it should have been all along. Also able to go for public health insurance finally. So we're going to go for that so we can finish what we started and make this nation great again. In this case, it actually applies because this nation was great before and we're making it great again. Unlike, I don't know, other nations that, you know, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Should we change a little bit some of our taxes here? I feel like maybe we can remove some taxes and tax the rich a little bit more, or maybe just change the transport tax. And we got our second company, hells to the yes. 5% minting from the United Gold Producers is kind of huge though, but I really want the steel mill throughput, and I also want to get more prestige goods. So reserve coffee wouldn't be the worst idea, although just for prestige good, is it really worth it? Textile mill throughput is huge also because we do need a lot of textile mill throughput right now. Textiles is what we're really lacking, and it would also give us prime meat. Similarly, we also want to get the metalworks. This is going to affect our arms industry, artillery, and tool. I'm going to go for the metalwork. I'm going to freaking go for the metalworks. It has to be done. Also going to give some more rights to these companies. So we're going to let the Ludi Special Furniture be able to construct logging camps too, and we're going to give them a monopoly on glassworks. Why the freaking hell not? As well as a colonization right in Horororo land and the Mak land. Why not? They can have all the lands that start with Nakaland. Bang. There's a 72% chance the Qing are gonna accept this. Fingers crossed they do. They did! Oh, hells to the yes. We just got trade privilege with Qing, which is massive, guys. Qing would love to buy some opium, you say. Don't mind if I do. Oh yes, baby. Give me that drug money, Qing. I've officially become the drug dealer of Qing. Dude, how do we still lack fish? What is happening in this country? And now there's coal shortages too, and iron short. Okay, we gotta back down. We gotta double down on this. Oh, and the best part, guys, our power block is in fact the third greatest power block, which is why we have unlocked the fourth principle. So as I said earlier, we're gonna go for food standardization as our fourth principle. We're also getting quite a few extra mandate progress because of our various subjects that are unrecognized regional powers. And now that I think about it, maybe it's time we do grow our power block a little bit more. It's not like I've been expanding continuously since the start of this. I also kind of forgot to colonize the Oceanian parts. We're gonna get a little bit of colonies there just because we might be able to trade them with the British for better stuff. So we just need to get a little bit of progress in these colonies, and then afterwards when we see the opportunity, industrial, okay, fair enough. When we see the opportunity, we might be able to trade in exchange for maybe the British joining some of our wars or something of the sorts. Yeah, okay, industrialists, how about you go away? Yeah, we don't need you in the government, thanks. Oh my god, the Greeks and their freaking opium addiction. I'm telling you, brother. Nothing says Ottoman Empire as well as secret police does it now. We've also doubled down on the amount of admin buildings that we get because we need a lot of bureaucracy. Right now, we don't even have freaking level 3 colonial affairs. We should be having level 5 law enforcement and level 4 health insurance, right? So yeah, we gotta work on getting more admin points. I mean, bureaucracy points. And hey, we got up to 85 mil already. Holy schnitzel, we're slooper duper snowballing. Slooper duper. That's an actual word in case you're wondering. I would never make up words, guys. Come on. Oh, hey, we also can decrease the autonomy of Persia. So look at this. Oh, it's looking beautiful. It's looking real beautiful. From subject alone, we're currently making 109,000, brother. We could actually sell 1,800 fruit stitching, 700 furniture, 300 iron. Okay, yeah, well, I'm just gonna do all of this because this is just big money right here. And in return, we just want investment rights in Ching. If we get investment rights in Ching, that is literally insane. That is actually, we just got investment rights in Ching. It's over. It's over. We won the video game. We literally won it. That means Ludi's special furniture is gonna afterwards get all the logging camps once we're capable. Wait, actually, what would it take? It would take a lot more than this. Maybe some more goods transfer. So maybe we can do this once the current treaty expires. We are actually making 136,000 from selling all of these goods to Qing, which is wild. We're making massive amounts of money from Qing alone, which means we need even more construction sectors. Oh yes, baby. This is construction sector spammicum game, really. We're also catching up on the British. We're 92 million. The British are 112, so we're very close to that. And hey, once more, low infamy. You know what that means? And can I hear you in the comment section telling me that's right, we're gonna be spreading love again? That's what I decided to call it now. Love me, Marina, and back down, you pussy. I mean, yes, Marina. Brave warriors. Diplomatic play against, yeah. You need to stop with the aggression, Britain. You really do have a problem. Look at me. I barely expand. You're expanding every 5 seconds, my dude. This has to be one of the most ridiculous sets of legislations I've seen in any campaign. I mean, we got public health insurance, proportional taxation, racial segregation, technocracy, professional army, secret police, and we still have this law. And we're a monarchy with state religion. It's weird. It's just a weird set of laws. Oh, we've actually become second by prestige. No way, dude. Oh, that's freaking huge. Actually, freaking, oh my god. The British have 4 times more prestige than anybody. In fact, I'm pretty sure the British have more prestige than everybody else combined. That's primarily because of their naval power projection. They have 1,071 just from the naval power projection. How many ships do you have, buddy? How many ships do you have? You have 243 ships. What? That's crazy, man. That's actually crazy. It's almost as if this game is named after the leader of the British Empire, which also ruled the world in the 19th century. Almost as if. What happened to Britain, by the way? What happened? We used to be the big dog, Britain. What are you doing now? Actually, now that we have Persia as a puppet, we can start expanding into the Afghani areas to maybe get Kalat. Actually, if we get all of Afghanistan and Persia, that's like half the opium trade, isn't it? The rest of it is just in India and South Qing. I'm gonna attempt to go for freedom of conscience. If we pass this, that's gonna be huge for a lot of our pops, because right now, pretty much only the Sunni population gets 25 acceptance from state religion, right? But if we go for freedom of conscience, we actually get 15 acceptance for the Shias as well, if I'm not mistaken. The real deal is going to be when we get total separation. That's going to be pretty huge. Now we have, with the cunning use of early industrializing the Ottoman Empire, turned it into the greatest power out there. So if you want to see the second part, let's get 3,000 likes on this video, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like these. Love you, and I'll see you in the next one.